Hey, what's up, mortals? It's KiChanVA here with a new video for you. Welcome to Season 2, Part 1 of What If Deku Was Taskmaster. I just wanted to greet you by saying sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So, we begin. After their success in the cavalry battle, Izuku Midoriya, Fumikage Tokiyami, Mei Hatsumi, and Ochako Uraraka headed to the cafeteria to have some lunch and chat before prepping for the next stage of the competition. Phew, it feels good to finally sit down and chill.
Yeah, especially after how the cavalry battle ended. We were so close to ending it with nothing. Speaking of which, it looks like a certain someone isn't taking the loss very well,
Mei said while pointing at Todoroki, who was staring daggers at the group from across the cafeteria.
Well, he's not the only one,
Tokiyami stated, turning everyone's attention to a growling Bakugo who was sitting in another corner of the room.
Crap, they look really angry,
Uraraka nervously said before Izuku attempted to reassure her. Don't worry. They're probably just trying to psych us out, so ignore them. Let's just focus on what lies ahead in the battles.
You're right. We can't let them disrupt our focus.
So, how are you guys going to prepare?
I'll be heading to the shade. Dark Shadow needs to recuperate in the dark.
I need a break too. I used my quirk quite a bit, and I felt a little lightheaded. I'm gonna go give my babies a thorough inspection to make sure they're still in pristine condition for me to show them off to the support companies.
All right. I'm gonna stretch and make sure my boots are match ready. It's good to see we all have a plan. Let's eat quick and make good use of our break. Once they were done eating, the group disbanded so that everyone could calm their nerves and get ready for the finals. The break time quickly passed as midnight called for the competitors and prepared to announce the first round of battles. All right, students, I hope you made great use of your recovery time, because it's finally time for the finals of the UA Sports Festival. The crowd gave an enthusiastic cheer as she paused before continuing. The 16 students from the cavalry event will compete in a series of one-on-one battles. Your matches have been decided and will be displayed on the screen shortly. Before this could happen, Mashiro Ojiro uttered words that shocked the students and crowd.
I'm sorry for saying this so late, but I've decided that I would like to withdraw.
Interesting. And why is that?
During the cavalry battle, I can't remember anything. It's probably because of his quirk,
he sounded, turning to the purple-haired boy he had teamed with in the cavalry battle.
I feel like I didn't earn my place here, unlike everyone who fought so hard.
I see. But you do understand the type of opportunity you're throwing away, correct?
Yes, I do. But no matter how great of an opportunity this is, I don't want to progress unless it's by my own merit.
I see. Well then, if you're sure about this, we can... Before she could continue, yet another student spoke up.
I'd like to drop out as well. I also can't remember what happened. This is a contest of skill, so I can't, in good conscience, progress without even knowing how or why I'm here. It almost feels like I'm cheating.
You both have such an innocent and naive mindset, and I love it! Shouted the R-rated hero while excitedly cracking her whip. Very well. If that is your decision, then members of the next team shall take your place. The teacher briefly turned to address the cameras before making her following statement. Apologies to our viewers in the crowd and at home. Please allow us a moment to reshuffle the matches. Midnight then left to help rearrange the matches as the students rushed to question Ojiro and Shota about their decisions. While this happened, Izuku stared intensely at Shinso with several queries running through his mind.
What did he do to them? Did he use a memory erasing quirk? But why? Why would he use a quirk on his own teammates?
He pondered for a moment until another question came to mind.
Well, wait a sec. He had Ayama, Ojiro, and Shota on his team. Why would they even agree to work with them? I don't think I've seen them interact before. So how'd he get them to work so well together? Does he have a persuasion or even a full-on mind control quirk?
As his mind continued to race with possible theories about the mysterious quirk, Midnight returned and began to speak up once more. Apologies for the delay. The new matches have been decided, she said while pointing to a large screen, which the students all turned to look at to identify their opponents.
So, Shinso is my opponent, huh?
The matches will begin shortly after some festivities. Competitors, feel free to join us or take more time thinking up strategies before the fights begin. While others left for some brainstorming, the green-haired boy stood mostly still as his mind raced with ways to handle his opponent.
I'd better be careful against him, considering I don't know his quirk. Finishing the fight as quickly as possible is probably my safest bet. I could also ask Ojiro about him to get some info. Or maybe not. He did say he doesn't remember much, and neither does Shota. So maybe Ayama knows something. But why would he when the other two don't? Maybe I'll ask all of them, just to be sure.
Lost in thought, he didn't notice Shinso approaching him until he started speaking.
I saw you were staring at me earlier. That's rude.
Oh!
You know, I'm glad I'm your first opponent. So now I won't have to wait for the chance to pay you back for what you said earlier. Lucky me, huh?
Izuku opened his mouth to respond, but Ojiro shut his mouth with his tail before he could make a sound.
Don't do it! Don't answer him!
Shinso's eyes narrowed in annoyance before he returned to the calm demeanor.
So much for having a little chat. Oh well. See you later, Midoriya.
Once he finally left, Ojiro removed his tail from his classmate's mouth and delivered a punch to the arm.
How? What was that for? Sorry, I just had to make sure. Make sure what? Make sure that he didn't get you with his quirk.
Honey is a free browser add-on available on Google, Opera, Firefox, and Safari. If it's a browser, it has Honey. Honey automatically saves you money when you check out on sites like Amazon, Papa John's, Kohl's, wherever you shop. It's a good chance that Honey can save you money. All you have to do when you're checking out at these major sites is click that little orange button, and it'll scan the entire internet and find discount codes for you. It takes 2 clicks to install Honey. Now anytime you check out, Honey will scan the entire internet and find a coupon code. If there's a coupon code, they'll find it. And if there's not a coupon code, rest assured you're getting the best price possible. If you install Honey right now, you can save up to $100 on your shopping doing nothing. There's literally no reason not to install Honey. It takes 2 clicks. 10 million people use it. 100,000 5-star reviews. Unless you hate money, you should install Honey.
His quirk. You know what it is?
Well, not exactly. You see, all I remember from the cavalry battle is that he approached us to join his team. And then the next thing I know, I'm bumping into that Vine girl from 1B near the end of the battle. Everything in between is nothing but a blur. It's like my brain stopped working after that.
I see. Do you know what he did to you?
No. I also talked to Shota and Ayama about it, but they remember even less than I do. But despite that, I identified a common thread in all our stories. The last thing we all remember before our memory cuts out is answering one of Shinso's questions.
Was it a specific question?
No. We all remember hearing something different, and to be honest, we're still not even sure it has to be a question. So just make sure you don't talk to him at all.
All right, noted.
And Midoriya, Ojiro said, placing his arm on his shoulder, this may be a selfish request, but please beat him for me, okay? Izuku smiled as he said this and gave a confident response while offering a fist pump.
Don't worry, I'll beat him for sure.
After a couple of fun games to keep the audience entertained, the sports festival's one-on-one battles commenced as Izuku Midoriya and Hitoshi Shinso prepared to face off. The 2 boys headed to the stage and were introduced by Midnight, and she explained the rules to the crowd. As she spoke over them, Shinso attempted to taunt his adversary in order to end their fight before it even began.
It's a shame Monkey Boy had to interrupt us back there. That was rude of him, right?
Izuku had no response as he looked him dead in the eye.
Come on, why so serious? Can't you just lighten up a little?
Once again, Izuku kept his mouth shut and ignored the taunting while staring down his foe. All right, now that we've gone over the rules, let the first battle begin! With the starting signal given, the emerald-eyed boy wasted no time and fired off the thrusters on his boots, instantly closing in on Shinso as he landed a vicious punch to his stomach. The boy fell to his knees in pain as Izuku pulled back, expecting some sort of counter, but it never came.
Damn it, Shinso thought. He knows about my quirk. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Why'd that idiot have to get involved?
His frustration grew as he lunged forward, throwing wild punches that Izuku easily avoided before landing a quick 1-2 to his face, followed by a hard right hook that floored Shinso once again. Izuku stepped back, caught off guard by Shinso's apparent lack of fighting ability. Roughly half a minute passed, with the angered teen struggling to get to his feet, as Midnight went to the fighting area to check on him before ending the match. Hitoshi Shinso is unable to continue, so Izuku Midoriya is the winner. As the crowd cheered for the victor, he was somewhat baffled about how easily he won his fight. Before Shinso left with Recovery Girl, Izuku walked up to him to give a bow out of respect for his opponent, but his adversary was still overcome by rage over the result.
Just go away! I don't want to see your stupid face!
With those words, Shinso was taken away, and Izuku returned to his seat in the stands as the next match was organized. In the stands, his brunette and bird-headed friends congratulated him on his win.
You did amazing, Izuku!
Great work out there. I wouldn't have expected any less from you.
He was unwilling to accept the praise because the victory felt unearned.
Thanks, but Shinso didn't seem to have much fight in him. Plus, from what I could tell, based on how he reacted to my hits and how easy it was to dodge his attacks, it's like his only game plan was to rely on his quirk. Honestly, it just felt a little too easy.
As he said this, Shoto Todoroki took the stage and instantly won his match with a massive wave of ice. Then, with the fight over, he walked forward to thaw out his opponent, while briefly turning to glare at Izuku.
Looks like your next fight will be anything but easy.
He's definitely strong, but I can take him.
You sure? He just won a match in less than 10 seconds.
Doesn't matter. I've got the perfect thing for his ice.
And his fire?
Well, it caught me off guard in the cavalry battle, but I should be able to handle it with the same strategy. While they were talking, the R-rated pro's voice could be heard once more. All right, folks, we finally thawed out all the ice. We shall now begin the third match of the day. Mei Hatsumi from Class H of the Support Course versus Tenya Ida from Class A of the Hero Course. The crowd cheered for the two as they made their way to the battle area, but Midnight cut through the noise with some concerns about Ida's attire. Hold on. Tenya Ida, support items are forbidden for use by Hero Course students, unless special request forms are filled out beforehand. Oh my, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. You see, I only put these on because before the match began, my opponent approached me and offered them to me. She said she wanted this to be more of a fair fight, so moved by her sportsmanship, there was no way I could refuse. Mei, is this true?
Yep. If we're gonna compete against each other, why not fight on equal footing?
Very well. Seeing as both parties agree, we'll allow it. Watching this unfold, Izuku struggled to contain his laughter before it finally spilled out. I can't believe it actually bought that. While he laughed hysterically, the students around him gave him weird looks as his two friends questioned him about it.
What's wrong?
Is this part of her plan or something?
Honestly, I have no idea what she's thinking right now.
Then why are you laughing?
I know you guys haven't known her as long as I have, but even then, does Mei really seem like the let's fight on equal footing type to you? The two thought over Izuku's words before trying to remember every interaction they'd had with Hatsumi thus far.
Now that you mention it.
I don't know what she has in store for him, but it's definitely not a fair fight. Once the match kicked off, the eccentric girl took control of the support items she gave to Ida and used them to manipulate him like a puppet to model her babies for the support companies in attendance. After about 10 minutes of this, she finally stepped out of bounds as her furious opponent shouted at her for using them. Izuku continued to laugh as Tokiyami and Uraraka stood to make their way to the waiting room to prepare for their matches. Good luck, guys! Hope you win! The ever-cool-headed Tokiyami gave confident nod while Uraraka still looked quite nervous. She seems really worried about Bakugo. Before she could leave, he stood and tried to offer some advice for her fight, but she quickly declined.
Thanks, Izuku, but I want to do this with my own strength.
Her face slowly shifted to a shaky smile as she confidently declared,
See you in the finals.
Though she tried to hide it, it was clear as day that she was scared. Nonetheless, Izuku accepted her request and left her to deal with this on her own. Once 2 more matches took place with Kirishima and Ibara Shiozaki coming out on top, it was time for Tokiyami to take the stage. And he gave a dominant display against Yaoyorozu as he secured an easy victory. Then finally, it was time for the final fight of the first round as Ochako Uraraka and Katsuki Bakugo prepared to face off. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, I'd like to say if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials has got you covered. Our We the Celestials, My Hero Academia, and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in today's excellent content production. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, I'd like to extend an invitation to you to join the team. The only caveat is that we only accept members from 16 years old to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it for us for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and have a good day.